So I'm going to talk about batteries today, and this specific is for a Camry. That's a 2009, so a Toyota Camry 2009. But also I know for sure that this is the same setup for a Highlander and many other cars. So I replaced the battery a couple months ago and thought afterwards that would have made a great video. So I'm going to go over with you how you would do that. First off, you want to make sure that your battery's bad. A good indicator of that is to look for a sticker on here. You can see that this one went into service in November of 21. So you can immediately tell how old the battery is. Now batteries will last, a couple years, and if you pay for more expensive ones, they come with a better warranty. Doesn't necessarily mean that the battery is better, but they come with a warranty, and keep in mind that's a prorated warranty usually. Some of them have a full refund during the first year, and then others have prorated after that, but just know what you're getting. Look at the warranty. I found a place that's close by that is a battery distributor. They make these batteries under tons of brands, and I decided to go the route of not having a warranty on this battery and opted to buy a second battery, which means it was sent back, probably sat on the shelf a little longer than they wanted, but I've done this for 4 batteries now, and they lasted well over 2 years, and I pay about half price for these batteries. So if you're looking for a battery and you're looking for a deal on one, you might want to think about that. I'll put the name of that organization down in the notes. So you know how old your battery is, and if it's dragging, when you try to start it on a cold morning, and you know that might be a possibility. Otherwise, a very hot day sometimes will zap your battery. So 2 times that that likely that battery's just old and bad: if it's a real cold morning or if it's a real hot day. If it's mild temperatures and things like that, you want to also look at your terminals, and you want to see if they're corroded, if they have battery acid built up on them, and you'll find that right around here. There can be enough corrosion on here that is keeping your battery from connecting strong enough to your car to get those amps into your car and your starter, or to get it recharged from the alternator, and you want to check that. If that's the case, and it looks like the case, you want to loosen these up. And a lot of times these are a standard 10 millimeter. So 10 millimeter, I've got one in my pocket to show you. I would put this on here and I would loosen that up. I can use a screwdriver and pry that up. I can do the same thing over here. You can touch these with your hands. You don't ever want to cross these two while you're working on your battery. In that case, you'll get a little spark. And you can take an old toothbrush or similar, and you can take some baking soda and a few drops of water and put it on there, and that will clean that up. Once that's cleaned up, you want to rinse it off and make sure you get a good rinse that goes down through there with clean water and get that away. And if you think that was the case, put it back together, dry this off so there's no short between the 2 posts. Dry it off with a paper towel or something. It doesn't have to be completely dry, but it needs to be pretty dry. And try to start your car. A lot of times that will get your car going without replacing your battery. The other thing you can do is you can take your battery and your vehicle over to a place like AutoZone or Advance or O'Reilly's, and once you do that, you can get them to test the battery. They'll hook it up to a test meter, and they'll put a load on it, and they'll see if your voltage is within spec, and it'll do a drain on your battery and tell you if it needs to be replaced. But if your battery is end of life, and I'll say it's a 24-month battery and it's been 2 years, it's a safe bet. Go ahead and get another battery. If you're experiencing the car dragging, the last thing you want to be is left dragging when it starts. The last thing you want is to be left somewhere where you don't have a good start. All right, to change this battery in this vehicle, it's held down by this tie-in piece, and this bolt is simply a bolt that goes down there with a hook on the end, on the very end where you see it, and it hooks in there. So I can loosen this up. Once it's loosened up, that little hook will come off the other end and this will come out. But in a Toyota Camry, you've got another bolt and it's under here. So what you want to do is you want to take a flathead screwdriver, and you want to pry this locking thing up, plastic, and carefully lift that out. and you can fold this back far enough to where you can get a wrench under there without taking the whole thing off. So that's unique to the Camry. In this case, it's 2009 Camry. So we've talked about how to replace the battery. You can do it yourself. AutoZone and all those, if you buy the battery there, they'll do it for you. But you may have to wait, so you might decide it's better just to do it yourself. Walmart as well is another option. That's how to do that. Some people will say you can't replace your battery, you'd have to reset the car and all that, and largely that's BS, I believe. There are some things that do have to be reset, sometimes the radio and a few other things, and you'll have to go through some steps to do that. But most of the time you can just reconnect your battery and not worry about that with just about any car. Now here's the device, and we bought these. This is not a sponsorship. If Halo wants to sponsor my videos, they can reach out to me. I'd love to have another one of these, but you can get a Halo bolt or something similar. This one will jump your car off without having to have another car. You put these exactly where you think, on the red, on the black, and then you push this button to make sure it's ready to go. Once it starts, I believe it's solid. These are amazing devices, but you do have to keep them charged. I have another type of a device that's a capacitor, super capacitor charger. You don't have to keep that type of thing charged. I'll do another video on those later. So that one's called a Halo bolt. You can get them at different places. Like I said, there's no compensation being given for that, but it is a good device. So we've talked about how to know how old your battery is, how to keep your battery clean, how to remove your battery, at least in a Camry, how to replace it, where you can get a good deal on your battery. I hope this video has been helpful. There's one other thing I do want to cover, and that is contact spray that you can put on here to keep corrosion from happening. That's one thing you might want to do while you're changing your battery out. Before you hook your terminals up, you want to spray them or put dielectric grease on them. You can get that spray at an auto parts store or at Walmart, I believe, and keep them from corroding, because it puts a tiny small amount of dielectric grease on it and keeps corrosion from happening like it otherwise would. So thanks for watching, and this has been battery maintenance. It's swimming in the deep. Please like, share, and subscribe. Love the fact that you guys comment as well. Take care.